Welcome to the most heretical stream on the internet. I give you Wally1169.
Hello everyone, welcome to the stream and welcome back for Captain of Industry. Grasping is here over there on the YouTubes, welcome in. So last time we were here, we did a lot of troubleshooting stuff, and we still have more of that to do. I was hoping to get a little bit more terraforming done before I got this far, but it doesn't look like I'm going to have accomplished that. So we're gonna have to let a little bit of that finish before we can really get started on our new build for smelting, our additional build of smelting. But also we have a little bit of a trouble with copper ore. So let's switch into the game. Copper has reached the end of the road here. There is only a little bit left on this level. New build for everything. Indeed. We do have copper ore available here, but it's kind of, well, a little bit harder to get to. So we're going to have to do a little bit of maybe actually both. Now that I think about it, maybe we do both. Maybe we pull a bit out of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going, maybe down to there. And then we pull a little bit more out of this. Yeah. And maybe we pull a bit out of this here, and then we also get this digging down. I did put a wall in here. It's only a partial wall, though, which might lead to problems later, but we'll see how that goes. New build for everything. Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of how the game goes. I mean, it's not as bad as some in terms of how many times you have to rebuild things, but it's not the best. So I did finish squaring off this area here with the rock slag mixture, but we do need to fill it in with dirt. So I do have an excavator back up here digging into this, into our dirt storage here a little bit so we can try to fill this in. I don't know if we'll accomplish it or not, but we'll see what happens. And then over here we are slowly working because I stole the excavator from here to do this. So a little bit slow. These guys, as they finish up this rock in that corner there, that's getting dumped here in the old iron mine, where we are nearly up to finishing level 3. I will probably push this just a bit more this way, but I wanted to let them finish this first. And I also did dig out here down to level 3 so that once we take this wall down, we can fill this in with dirt and it'll all be at level 4 with dirt as well. I did notice there's some weirdness here with the rock poking through, as it has happened a few other times, so we'll have to just tweak that a bit Oopsie. F, there we are. And we'll have to bring the excavator over here at some point to take care of that, so that it looks pretty. That's what's important. That should be fine. Let's do that, and then this, and then that, and then these. Actually, no, it's got to be 2. That excavator, it's got to be 2 wide. Yeah, got to be 2. We'll do that and this. Otherwise, that excavator cannot do it. That and this, and then we'll do the same over here. That. This. Nope, 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 nope. This. Nope, 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 nope. That. Okay. We'll bring that excavator over here and do that once we get that down. So hopefully I can fill this in with enough dirt that we can do this smelting there. We also need to move the smelting away from this water anyway, or we need to bring in maybe some water from the ocean, which is actually kind of what I'm thinking of doing. Oh good, you're picking on the copper. That's good to see. Actually, let's go ahead and set you to mining priority of copper. They dug into here after they finished some quantity of the rock over there, which means that we'll be able to get into a little more copper coming in. Because right now we are completely starved out of copper, and we're not doing very well in copper scrap either. And we need a bit more here. Let's see. You have some scrap, and then there's some copper ore behind it. This just consumed the last of the ore, and this is a bit of a struggle. We're stealing this copper, at least in part, to support this build, which some dummy enlarged to 2500 storage instead of 800 storage. Unity is going down because we have a moderate flu, which I guess we can tolerate. We're also having a little bit of a struggle with household goods and household appliances. Power's not doing good either. Why is that not doing good? Why is the water? Why? What? Huh? Why are these yellow? We need to have internet yet, of course, but why are... so what's wrong with... Furniture's fine. Well, maybe fine. Household appliances, though, are borked. Those are here someplace. Oh, they need circuits. And because copper's being taken for other things, we don't have enough left over for circuits. What about furniture? Is this just not producing enough anymore, or are we short of something? I think it's a production issue. We're only making 32, and this now is using 33.2. Let's just do a Unity boost on that. That might not be the best idea. I'm going to do it anyway. Unity boost on that for now. We'll deal with it some other way later, maybe. But we're also going to have trouble with steel. Steel is... Actually, no, it's not. Steel is picking back up again, so we're using less of it. Steel was a struggle a little bit ago. But, yeah. Many more of the service buildings, each one may only be able to supply so much. You may be right. It doesn't say. But you may be right. I did swap around the medical supplies, by the way, so I think we're all drained out over here. I had to put a ramp in here because they weren't able to get to this anymore. Let's delete that and this. And we can delete that ramp then, too. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is. I was complaining about food, too. I don't know why the Unity bonus is down a bit. The reason why... You know, I know why the Unity bonus is down a bit. I think. Uh-oh. Not enough maintenance, too. Is that because of electronics, too? Dang it. All right, we need to pause this. I'm going to pause this belt and this belt. This one's already full. We're going to stop using so much copper. And we're going to have to deal with this. Just thinking out loud, I think I know what it is. I think it's this edict, maybe, and or the water edict, maybe. Maybe. That's going to be a big problem. I need you to be a slightly higher priority. Oh, good. We got a bunch of copper in. That's from here, I assume. And here you are ready to work, I think. Let's do that. And then we're going to come over here. And we're going to mark that side and then dig down from there. Turn them all around. I think that's why the food is low, at least. I don't know why the other things are low, though. Maybe it's because of that. Better bonuses available. Maybe it's just because I don't have the household appliances, it's making all of it suffer. Because Housing 3 needs it? Yeah, that's what it is, I bet. We'll see. I'm not that worried about it right now. Except we don't have any maintenance. That's what I'm worried about. Let's get some of these in here as soon as possible. I guess we need more copper for that. It is getting shunted through a little bit. Let me give you a little bit of forgiveness there. We can make a bit more of these so we can get maintenance back again. Otherwise, we're going to really be screwed. I think these are all using... Yeah, they're all using yellow maintenance. So, we're going to really be screwed. I mean, we can cheese the maintenance thing. Because they'll work without maintenance because of the difficulty settings that I am at. But, I don't want to. I do have research turned on. It's not been moving much, but we did unlock chip engine. So we have at least finished one of them, and I'm kind of just hoping for the weapons and do them both at the same time again, and then go from there. You all need to dump faster. Let's see. How did this dig start? Started well. Good. Well and good. Go this way and just do like a big swath like that. Straight, oopsie. Straight ahead. Just for fun. And then we'll go from there. Guess I probably don't need that much of this, actually. So let's take 4 of those out. And then, continue this over here. This was kind of a test, just to see how much they would dig through there. All right, electronics. Please tell me you made some. Get them hauled over there pretty quickly here. Having an adequate supply of copper will be very, very helpful in making copper. It's going to take this guy a minute anyway to get down that far into the ore. So, it is what it is. I think I will have you prioritize the copper ore too, for now at least. Yeah. Alright, here comes the yellow maintenance again, but it's going to take it a while to catch up because it was out. So they got to make a bunch. And it'll keep disappearing. As you can see, it's going down almost as fast as it's going up. until everything is repaired. Oopsie. I was glad to see that steel was working better, though. That was really nice. Keyloom, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Alright, I think we'll be stable now here. Since I upped that priority, they're going to fill that bucket up before we get any other buckets filled, but maintenance is kind of a high priority item, so we'll have to deal with what we have to deal with. Yeah, copper. Ouch. Plenty of copper coming in, though, so that's good. And they're going to keep etching away at this for a little while, at least. And I'm okay with that. Okay, so how's the dirt going? I don't know if we're going to have dirt to fill that in. It'll be problematic. Worst case, I'll dig down another level, which means possibly taking out some of these walls, or doing some shenanigans. Either one. Let's see. Because we could ramp away from the wall, like that, which would, I think, be okay. I don't think the wall will collapse from that. I don't think. I'd rather not take the walls out. I don't have to. Okay, let's see. Yeah, maintenance just fixed itself. That's ready to fill up. So, that means electronics will be going elsewhere again. And, how's copper doing? As long as we at least never hit 0 here, we should be okay. When we are ready for it, we can make just a copy of this whole thing from there to here. Addicted to capping, welcome in. Take all this with us. We'll cut out the stuff leading to glass because we won't need another glass plant, at least not for a while. We'll cut the middle out of this where the iron is, because we won't need iron. Another iron. We'll never need more iron. One of those is more than enough. And then we'll just take this part of iron processing and shift it back this way towards steel, and then go from there. Found a factory game I'd enjoy called Alchemy Factory. I did a video of the demo of that during the last Next Fest a few weeks ago. And it is already on my list to revisit once it is released, either in about 2 weeks' time or about a month's time, depending on which piece of information you believe. Yeah, that water's depleting really fast. So I think my thought here was to bring water in that way, but I think I'm going to have to bring it in quicker and sooner and everything else. So let's do a little bit of a water build here. Control U. Get rid of some of these thingies, although we still are depleting our unity. And then let's just do a little water build here. We need an offshore pump. Seawater pump, that is. And, but Whiskerwood, just trying to work out how to get research running. Yeah, I take a look at that a little bit in the next one. It looks like you need specifically educated people, of which I do not have. Then we can thermally desalinate that water. And need to turn some of it into steam. We'll get 78 water out of this. 12 of it's got to go into making steam, so we'll get 66 water out of this, or 66 water out of this. How much are we currently pumping into this mess? A lot. Coming out of it, we have to figure out how much is going in and how much is going out. We are contributing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 66. We're getting back out of 66 then. 3/4 of that. So just under 50. Why did I put 3 of these here? So actually that one of those should be enough. Let's go with that idea. So we'll do a little bit of a gas boiler here. We'll bring some H up to that. Like this. Yeah, like this. Actually put you... do like this then. Well, it's not great either. Yeah, it doesn't work either way. We'll do it that way though. We'll connect this up with a Mark II pipe. We'll put one pipe there, actually. Bring this way. And you can stay there, I guess. Do some smokestack. There. Do a... single regular pipe. Here. There. 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 Do a pipe balancer here. That's got 72 coming out of it. So that's a Mark II pipe. We need a Mark I pipe coming back this way. We'll also need a fluid storage. Nah. That needs to bring in the H. Go ahead and unpause that so they can do the delivery. You need to have... have to look at them all. 72 of that. That's this one. This goes back into... dumped into the ocean. But it's not built yet. What's not built yet? Dump, there we go. That'll do all right. This is going to be dumping 42. The pipe 1. How to get research running, but it's not built yet? Okay. I thought you were talking about something else. Sorry. Let's see. Turkey, if I have it. You know, we can do the turkey. It's November. It's way down on the bottom since we haven't touched it in almost a year. A little bit smashed, too. Let's go this way. There we go. Turkey. Welcome in, Raven. Good to see you. Alright, so then we do... I guess you can make the whole thing. That's going to need a little bit of seed water, too, though. So we actually need another one of these. Seeding in some water. Put priority there. Water. That'll be enough. Do you designate a level off zone? N. Also, it's this right here, leveling designation. What are we building? A little water desalination for our smelting build because we're using too much groundwater. And then I want to take this way somewhere. Right alongside that line, actually. Oh. There? I think I can go all the way to the end of that. Not enough workers. I know. Pause for a moment, then I'll finish this and I'll take care of it. There. And we're going to stay down here. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. I may just tie that pipe into this. But I think I'll do it a different way if I do it. Let's leave a little bit of a gap there. This needs to go... Actually, stop right there. Go ahead and make that so. I delete this one because we don't actually need it. And then workers, I need to upgrade another square here. Improve that one. Turns out this stuff all requires workers. Who knew? You're going to be dumping saline? Ryan? When it's Turkey Day, it would have been 3 weeks from this past Thursday, 27th. And yes, that should not impede my stream. Maybe. All right, delete this, and we'll reuse it because you make it a bigger pipe. Priority input there. You know what? No, I don't want to do that either. Back here a bit. I want to put... Unity this, please. Unity this, please. Already input from here. Deleted one too many there, and then go ahead and build that. That way, the water coming in from the desalination supersedes the water being pumped out of the ground. Steel's backed up. That's good. Copper is at level and immediately being pulled into making circuits. Let's see. All right, we got people in. And these guys are stuck because this isn't getting emptied of ore fast enough. Let's do a big guy here. Maybe the one on the end will be fine. Let's do copper ore there. Make it so. Copper ore and remove. Actually, just go ahead and Unity that. Unity's much better now, by the way. Why? I don't know. Disease? Appliances, maybe. Yeah, these are all green again. I bet you that's what it was. It was the lack of appliances. The lack of appliances are disturbing. Still don't have much in the way of electronics here, which is going to impede our science work, but that's okay. We'll get there. We will get there. we might have enough, reasonably close to enough dirt here to get this finished. Let's turn off these last few here for right now, even though they already did some of it. We'll force it to fill in over here first a little bit. Rocket is pending still, which is good. How does the space station look? Getting close to a launch on that. And the Unity dropped again. Guess I should... Oh, it's appliances again. Doggone it. We must have made some. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Must have made some and delivered them, and then we ran out. And their biggest problem is electronics as well. So, we got to get this copper situation rectified so that we can do more electronics. And I did some math too, which I should have done earlier, but I didn't do. These each take 3 times 4, which is 12. Plus these take 24, which is times 4, which is 96. Plus the 12 means 108. And this is only making 4 times 24, which is 96. So we are actually at a net negative if we use this build to its entirety only on copper. And then you go beyond that and it's even worse. So we definitely need this additional copper. And we also definitely need to manage it a little bit better. Like, I might need to truck some up here and keep this topped off every so often. Alright, are we moving water here now? We are. Okay, so that means we no longer need this. But I do want to priority input that. I didn't want to do that either. That's fine. Delete that. Delete that again. And this will work. That'll maintain. And, yeah. Tree harvester's complaining still, which means we probably need some more trees here. I should also, at some point in the near future, dig into this area so we can harvest these naturally growing trees, I guess. And now we're kind of to a good point where I think I can also dig through here and get at these trees too. That's kind of nice. Iron is looking really good with digging this out. Bridge on that new long... Oh, you're right, I do. Yep, at least one. I had it in my head to do it, and then I didn't do it. I want one here, and I want one down here someplace. Probably nearer this edge than the other one. Make it so. And maybe here too, actually. Yeah. It's probably smart. I don't think these guys are going to work anymore. They may work a little bit, but I don't think they're going to work anymore. Because this should take that thing's place. And then here, if I wanted to get rid of this and just supply it from this water, I could, or supplement it anyway. We would just need to do delete a couple of these pipe segments and then bend, and then split this and bend it in there. But I think I'm just going to let this accumulate, which it is doing, and is nearly done, in fact, and then go with that. Okay, Let's see. Dirt. Getting there. See, there's another spot here too that got botched. That and this. That. Probably pointless, but I'm doing it anyway. Not pointless, but unnecessary. I have like 5 trucks assigned to this. Looks like we need them all. Oh, this got done. We're gonna push this out 2 more, I think. Marshall, welcome in. That. This, like that. This, and like that. And like this. And then we're going to do some dirt dumping there too. Once we finish the dirt dumping we've been doing. Here where the rock exists, I can remove this wall. Like that. Because then we can dig that berm out that's there. And they're, of course, chucking all that iron and or cinder block into there, probably. Yeah, we have a little bit of space there, though, for more iron. That's good, too. All right, those got done. Those ramps, that's good. The water stopped complaining here, which is good because we're not even using it much. We're only using it for the farm here now. That'll accumulate again. Wasn't that rocket supposed to launch? Getting close. Getting close. It did finish this dirt here too, which is good. I need to get back over here and return to digging some of this out eventually, but it's going so slow right now. Just because I only have 1 excavator feeding it. You're done? Yeah, you're done. Take you out. This one's not done yet, though. Nope. Not done at all. We are moving slowly on the research again. We are getting occasional electronics in here, I guess. It's good. They are collecting those things up. Oh, gold scrap. Did I not have an import for gold scrap? Did I screw that up? I'm importing it. Oh, I know what the problem is. That's the problem. Same thing with you later when we need it. Idiot. Alright, collect that gold scrap, get rid of it. Must be a big truck coming in, I bet. All truck coming in. Pick that up. That's probably you right there. Yep. Big guy. Alright, so a little bit of gold scrap never got processed. That's fine. It'll just get prioritized in here. There. And the next gold we need pretty soon will get made out of that instead of the fresh stuff. That's okay. We did it. We caught it. It's fine. Nobody died. Probably. I was moving all this around, though. I bet you there was gold scrap in there. No, because I never deleted these. I just moved them. So yeah, that gold scrap that might have been in there at the time just got moved around. Never got collected. Oopsie. Let's see. You're looking pretty good, except for that little bit up there. How about all your trucks? You all go get gas at the same time or something? Yeah, probably. You should have gone there to get gas. You went a bit further than that. Know where you came from. At least I think you can get gas here. Allow any vehicle to refuel here. Yeah. They can also refuel here, too. I don't know. Alright. Getting close to it. I'm just going to expand to here anyway, so it'll be fine. Although, wait a minute. I want to stop this before we get too far. Dig these parts out, and then be able to fill them back in. You have an export to... Yeah, you do. Because you're going to dig up some rock. Process. Station at the upper gold and metal refineries? Probably. Probably wouldn't hurt to add a few more. They just have to drive there to get it, so I guess if they're closer to... If it's closer to what they're doing, then it's fine. And you're just so backed up because of the copper. Because of this copper. Yeah, well, we're not needing a whole lot of copper right now, so that's good. It might be worthwhile to replace this with a big one. If I can fit it in here, that would be awesome. I cannot fit it in there, so that is not awesome. We could move the slag over a bit. That wouldn't hurt, I suppose. There's no reason why I couldn't go all the way over here with it. We'll get it all prepped and then flip the belt and the lift and all the things and good to go. Alright, how goes? Dug yourself a little hole there. That's good. Dug yourself a little hole here. That's good. Careful with this one a bit. Ship weapons. Nice. Let's go see what those are going to cost us. If it's just steel, we'll do it. If it's going to need anything that takes copper, then we're not going to do it yet. Ship designer. Ship engine's going to need electronics. Yeah. And electronics 1 also need copper, so I'm not going to do those just yet. I'm going to wait until after we build this new smelting. Just to be safe. You. You. Oh, there are 5 trucks there. Those have just become conjoined. I don't know where that other truck went, but I just removed it from the settings, so it'll be fine. All right, so they'll finish this up real quick, and then we can, well, we could probably start staking this out. I'd have a couple more of these things leaking through here. It's fine. I'm not going to fret over it. All right, so we need to go from here all the way to here. Oop. Not quite. Well, maybe. Almost. I know those 2 pump jacks are complaining. Oh, that bridge we don't need. Go. Well, we could put it down elsewhere. Oopsie. And start doing the editing part. I never finished that part up though, so we're going to have to deal with that. Take this out lightly. And also take this out here, here, and most of this should be fine to take out. All the way to there. And then for this stuff, I want to be a little bit careful. That can come out. This can come out, but I do need to take this. Actually, that should go with this and this. Okay, now I can reattach you over here. That's a good spot for it. I guess that's as good as any. Some of this can go away. This can go away after this point. Same with you and you. And you. And you and you and you. Because we already prepped this here, we'll just do that. This and that. Flip this. Let's see here. Batman. What do sweet potatoes wear to bed? Yammies. Yep. Do that. That'll be copper ore instead. I like it. Let's see. Let's take out a bit of this as well. Sand mine needs some fixing. We'll go do that real quick. Oh yeah, it does. This looks okay. Okay. Take out the next swath there. But I don't have that sound effect. This is just about done. I'll probably start complaining in just a moment. I think. I'll start complaining in just a moment. Let's actually go ahead and mark these. Almost. Go ahead and fill that in. And then we'll do this. Yep, there's the complaining. Might as well just let you finish that up. That right, a little corner. So what were we doing again? Oh yeah, this. This comes out as well, here and there. We don't need to belt it anymore. And you can have that setting. This now will go all the way over here someplace. I'll have to make some pipes back. Right up in there. Yeah, I deleted a little bit too much. Little bit too much. Okay. You snap. You snap. You snap. You. I'm adding another block for now. I can always add another block onto this without very much issue. We're going to delete this and that. I'm going to get rid of this one and this one, and we'll put this pipe back in here, and we'll just run the desalinated water into here. Since we don't have pumps here, we'll be fine. Let's take this whole thing, a la that, leaving it there just in case, and somewhere down here. You can be all cleared. What do you have left? Just a tiny bit. Tiny bit. I can always add more. I'm probably going to shift this all the way over here too. Kind of no good reason. Yeah. Do that. Actually, let's go. You're done. You're done. Rid of this and that. I'm gonna bring you back over here then. And your little friends too. I know it has nothing to do. We'll give it something to do here. Just a moment. This and that. And this. And that. This. That. And this. That. Oh, I missed one. Oh, there's a wall there. Yeah, I can't do that yet. That's fine. Scrape all that out. Actually, you can take that one too. And do a, one of these also. Alright, so that, excavator will make its way over here. And let's go ahead and let them dump some more dirt in this area. Oh, you know what I should have done here? I needed to actually do some offshore stuff here. Oopsie, take that out. Let's do some of this. I need more dirt. I need more dirt. A lot more dirt, actually. That's quite a bit that goes in there. Because I think this is going to get wonky if I try to do it as is. Let's see. Maybe. No, actually I can do it over the top like that. We'll do it like that then. I'm going to push this away a little bit. No. Nope, nope, nope. I need to push this up a bit. Take these out. We don't really need it now. As long as they're based way up there. I don't know if I went far enough yet or not. We'll see. Want to be able to put a ramp in here, though? Barely. Nice. Okay. delete that pipe. Make a new Mark II pipe into there. And that's still priority from here, which is what we want. And this is going to get ugly, but make this so. We once again need to bring in, though, a little bit of water here. Seed this thing. Let's use a small pipe there. Is that the, no. Oh, it's back again. Yeah, just not doing well on appliances. Alright. So yeah, what this will let me do, though, with this build, I can have 11 of these. And I can have basically anything else I want. So this will let me have... This is just 6. So I can practically double this whole thing. So I could add... like 2 more blocks of copper easily enough. I could add 1 whole block of steel easily enough. That kind of thing. Oh, let's go deal with, while we're dealing with that, let's also deal with this copper input here. And also the slag here. You need to go all the way over. Oh, crap. I fudged that one, didn't I? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You reverse, please. This and that. This goes here. Unity. This goes here. Not where I had it. This goes here. Unity that too. Tired of it. And then we can move this. And we can reverse this. And we can reverse that. And we can reverse this. And there we go. Slagging it up. Then we can do more copper. That. We'll also have to bring those up. Alright, so we have everything ready to go. Let's get rid of this because it's in the way. Amazing how fast the dirt recovers from that. Alright, they've built most of this. Let's unpause the main bus line here. I think next, actually go ahead and do this part as well. Missed a spot right there. Also unpause this section here. Not that yet. These can go too. These can go here. Now. I do this in sections. When I added the massive amount of parts here, I did not increase the amount of parts 1. Because the only thing we really use those for right now is pipes, and I think that's fine. Let's see here. We need to turn this stuff back on, I think. I think we're going to have a problem if we don't. But I'm not going to rebuild. I'm not going to build all this steel stuff here. I'm just going to build the copper right now because we have plenty of steel right now. So I think I want to invest this in the copper, but I needed to get some of this intermediary stuff built first. So like this here also, I'm going to build because this is the water line coming through. Yeah. And do this too. We may not have enough workers for all this. 14, 14, 2, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's 28 and 28. We do not. You're done for now. We can remove this belt, that one, and this one, I think. Yeah. And then we can remove this here. We are dumping rock off the shore here. That's right. I do not have much in the way of dirt dump right now. Just that one right there. I think that's fine. Not enough workers. I know. Or did you get this seated well enough? Yes, you did. Probably did. Yeah, you did. Delete that then. And you're done again already? No, you're not. Those three, please. There you go. Now you did it. Oopsie. This just for fun. This can be removed. And I don't think I have anything else to excavate, so let's go ahead and throw you guys back at this. Rocks are overwhelmed again. That's fine. They're just loading up the copper and stuff. Oof. That's all this copper. And this copper is getting used before this copper, because this one does not have a dump order, and this one does. Which is fine with me too. That means this gets used first. Alright, and you're still filling this one up too. That's good. Good, it's good, it's good. And as soon as this starts, which it has not yet because it needs sand. Did I miss this? I missed the sand bucket. That was in with the glass. I screwed up. Where are we at? Over here. I need this line coming in with sand in it. Oopsie. That there. I think I'm going to move the slag out of the way. And you're supposed to go, we'll say like there-ish. Oop, almost there-ish. And you're going to go onto this belt, I think. Yeah. Nope. There, back to there. This can go right in there. Nope. There. Turn my build mode off again for some reason. There, and then we just need to move this over just by a little bit. Oh, shoot. Missed it by that much. All right. All right. We're gonna have a lot of people now. Make it so. Bring in the sand. We got scrap, we got iron, we got copper. I guess we'll be able to turn this on whenever we want then. We just need to get sand in. So if we end up adding more copper smelting, we'll extend this belt this way to the new stuff. We'll split the sand belt. We'll deal with slag however we need to deal with it. Water will get extended. The graphite will get extended. And everything else will be hunky-dory. Hey, look, there's copper coming out now. Oh, and I need to make this. We haven't started processing the sulfur yet because we haven't had any steam yet. I need a little bit of acid. Little bit. There we go. I need to reverse the sand line. No, I don't. Because it was coming in from over here where glass was. So it just needed to get tacked on there. Alright. This got built. Let's bring in some acid and we'll be good to go. Struggle bus is real once again because of the lack of electronics. But as soon as this starts making copper, as soon as we get some acid flowing here, which it is now doing, this will be making copper. You do not need to do that anymore. Yeah, I did that the wrong way. And good, you're all working. Didn't know you had discussed RV there yet. Yeah, in our group channel, like our shenanigans group channel. So you wouldn't have seen it. But yeah, it's already on the list. So now we'll turn this off. But actually, I'm going to have the trucks keep it at 1250. Like that? Because this will need to accept a little bit in because we're using about 12% more here than we're producing here. Now, in reality, we won't need that much because this, we're not using, I don't think we're using all the electronics that we are capable of producing here, because we're capable of 6 times 8, 48. I think we're using a little bit less than that, and so that'll be fine. But yeah, this is working though. That's good. We basically depleted out all of these parts. But now that we have copper in more of an abundance, we can deal with that. So when I expanded these boxes, I could not expand one of these two because we had that steel dropping off here. So I finally did what we had talked about doing eons ago and just split the steel off of here and brought it down to here and took out that box. Eons. All right. Looking good. Now, what the hell the problem is? Household appliances still? Yeah. That's just an electronics issue which should get resolved in a moment. As this is sort of finishing up things. I'm going to let them finish that section of copper there, though. The rocket launch. Good question. It did. Build another one. We have quite a bit of time left, but it did. I got to remember that. That's going to be tough. But I think now, with those things ready to go, copper doing well enough, steel doing fine, circuits hopefully catching up here shortly. I think we can build the ship upgrades, at least start them. Engine, gun. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of time there. Also needs mechanical parts, which I think are just steel, right? Those are here. Yeah, those are just steel. So quite a bit of steel. A little bit of steel. And a bunch of electronics of both kinds. We'll get those done. Hopefully we'll start getting some electronics in here. We can get some research moving again. And we hopefully will be doing better. I want to take a look at electronics on the graph here. Production has indeed increased compared to as of late. Now I need to see where consumption peaks at. We always had a bunch in stock, though. It's all in different boxes everywhere. That may be scary. Yeah, that might be scary. We're only capable of producing like 6 total electronics, 3 for right now, at least. Yeah, 6. So sometimes it's higher and sometimes it's lower. But because of the way things work with the tracking thing, but between 8 and 4. This looks like we did peak, but it plummeted again on electronics 2, which is interesting. But we might be stabilizing here now on 48, which is what we should be doing. 48 constantly, electronics 2 production. So as long as the red line stays below that, we're doing okay. If that would be a nice difference. About 30. No, it's not going to be that low. Okay. I'm hoping for no more than about 40, but 30 would have been nice. It's still going up fast, so we'll have to see as the months pass. Oh, the maintenance line. Is that in addition to? Probably as not addition to. A little bit of construction. Okay. I mean, I'm assuming the maintenance is included in the consumption. I'm assuming. I'm hoping. Uh-oh. That's not good, though. Well, let's leave it alone and see how it works out. Trucks are a little bit overwhelmed right now. We're also so far behind on things that they're gonna be overproducing electronics for a while until we stabilize. Just because we have to, like things like this, we're capable of producing 24. We are supposed to be consuming, well, we're supposed to be consuming 24.1. Not good. It's sort of like what we have with this here. So we actually do need more than what we're consuming right now. But just barely. Like that 8. That scares the crap out of me, though. Why is Electronics 3 so high? What all is using Electronics 3 besides Maintenance 3? Because we're only using 6 there. And what all is using it in such a high quantity? Research, I guess, maybe the highest one. 2, 4, 6, 12. Okay, well that counts for 20 of it. Oh yeah. At 12, okay. So we're gonna have a problem with Electronics 3 as well. With our science production. But what we're working on right now, microchip production, will get us doubling all these recipes. Now, of course, that means we'll need to have more copper yet, more gold, more plastic, more acid, more water in order to accomplish it. But what are you going to do? Yeah, we'll definitely do those upgrades. And then we could do a copy of this too over here if we decided that that was necessary. Kind of like how it gets a little backed up on those things. As long as it doesn't get too backed up on those things. In fact, I could produce more of these, at least for a short while. We have problems with Electronics 2 coming in here, too. That's part of the problem. We're not producing all of what we can because, again, Electronics 2. Let's see. You here. They are bringing it in. That's good. But you can see it's already... Well, we're not using 60, I guess. Doesn't mean we're not using... No, we're not using... 108. We're not using 200, we're using 108. Mostly you guys. Understandably so, but it's mostly you guys that are using the copper. These ones not so much. Alrighty. Trucks are overwhelmed. That's always good. And what's going on down here? You guys are dumping rocks. That's good too. Glad to see it. This is backing up because these are all... Oh. Let's reverse that, please. But I can take these out. build these. We have trucks to do the work. Delete this one. Guess I could unity it too, but... Alright, I should try to memorize these numbers. 57 here, 4.5 here. But then again, we have household appliances now that we didn't have before. Maybe that's what the difference really is. Taking that one first. Interesting. Okay. Okay, you took that one first, but it was also last. Toggle that, please. And then I also want to have this here. And put that in, please. And then we're going to also need an excavator over here. Which means I can probably steal you back from this job and put you down there on those jobs. Digging into a little bit of that iron there, are you? Alrighty. I'm gonna let them finish this corner up. Let's see. What do we have? Rocket's still pending. That's good. This eventually will build that steel. How is this steel keeping up? Uh-oh. Oh, a lot of that went into upgrading the ship. Did that get finished? No. We need more steel yet for that. Yep, household appliances. What it is, that's the difference. Cutting these down and that's all gone, so that's what we need to work on. And that's just electronics. Definitely using that 160 electronics here negatively affected us for a little bit of extra time. But that's okay. Let's take a look at this here. Alright, so you're hovering well below, like maybe an average would be somewhere around 44 maybe or something, 42, 44, somewhere in there. It's okay. This though, yeah, not good. Might have to pause the research again so we can get upgrades done. What else do we have in the research queue? Actually, I just need a mouse over it. Vehicles management, medical supplies, recycling, and robotic assembly 2. Okay. Do I need any of that after this right away? I don't think so. I want this one, and then I think we'll pause it after that for a little while. If it ever gets done. What do you have left to do? At 100%. So you got like one tick left. Yep. Alright, power down the labs. Let's also power down some of the server here. Yeah, let's go in there for right now. Then we'll take it down a little bit more. So corn needs to be rebalanced. Actually, what I should probably do... snacks? No, they're on their way. Snacks okay? Snacks is okay. What I should probably do is edit that edict. One for the food here, and knock it down to level 1 again. That way we don't have... Oh, I forgot about this that I did off camera. I duplicated this garbage burner and added a pipe balancer here that would split the steam coming from this and this so that it could power these as separate things, and I have a prioritization on this so that this one here gets the steam and this one only gets overflow steam. Now, the thing that this doesn't do, that I kind of wish it did do, which we could maybe make it do later, would be to put a tank here after this splitter going into this to hold the steam. But can you put steam in a tank? Maybe you can't. Can't. Interesting. Wonder what that would do if I tried to tank steam. Test that out. Never mind then. But the problem that I don't like here is I would like for it to only do this when we have a surplus of biomass. And there's no way that I know of really to control that. So it ends up kicking this off. Ship modifications complete. Nice. We'll go do some exploration again then. Some combat. Ends up kicking this off and running, even though we don't need it to necessarily do that, because we could just buffer the biomass. The only way to make this work, I think, the way that I want it to work, would be to have 2 biomass buckets, 2 boilers, and have a priority split between the biomass buckets so that the one feeding this gets full, and then once it backs up to the splitter, then it can go over to another boiler over here. That's just too much like work, so I'm not going to bother with it. It's just a way of getting rid of stuff anyway, so it's fine. Chicken feed's doing much better now too, by the way. Now the vegetables and stuff are doing better. Soybeans are actually still a struggle, which surprised me. But that seems to be because, well, we use a lot of them. Also, we don't have... No, that's actually the reason is we don't have the fertilizer. We need to work on fertilizer. We need a much better source of compost. Or much something or source of compost. And then we need... sulfur? All of my sulfur is gone. Basically. Remember when we were having to burn sulfur because we had too much of it? Yeah, not so much anymore. I suppose I should probably put in another tank here then for the other fertilizers. And do the priority thingy. At least the other chemical fertilizer. Maybe there. And then another one of them here. And you can be fertilizer 1. We can do a splitter. Balance there. This. Do this. You can do this. And you can priority input from the fertilizer 2 and then the fertilizer 1. Now, fertilizer 1 will only get us to 120%, and I have this configured for 140%, but what are you going to do? It'll also only get us so much replenish per unit, so we may have to use more of it, but what are you going to do for that either? All right. What do we do? How do we get more sulfur? Great question. We get more sulfur by going out to the world map and finding the mine for it. Coal, we don't need that. Bauxite, we're already using that. Sulfur? Sulfur right here. Finding this mine and bringing it in. Eventually, we probably will. Okay, we can shut this down some more. 40, I think it was. How much we needed for this here? Okay, so what was I going to do again? Oh, yes, exploration. Tab. Wait, what's our ship worth now? 900. 900. 610. Oh, we need crew. There we go. 610 sounds good to me. Let's go. There are still some 990s, so we're gonna have to wait on those a bit. There and there. A couple of 610s there. 610s there. Let the ship zoom in, man. Up here, there's a 610 or 2. Up here, there's 990s. Yeah, we have some 990s and some 610s. That engine upgrade really, really helped. All right, we're exploring. Battle time. Pew, pew, pew. Almost didn't even get hit. And we got some loot. Oh, good. We got electronics. That's good. Let's go here, too. And then up here is a 990, so we won't be able to get up that far. But that's good. That's fine. That's something. Exploring again. Are the electronics feeding in here any better yet? Nope. Yeah. Afraid of. Wow, that was a few. Wait a minute, we stopped making them? Why? Oh, we're out of poly. Is that because of a reason? Again, barely took any damage. And we cannot go any further that way. Cannot go that way, we cannot go that way, and I think that the ship's gonna not let me go all the way back there, so let's go home. Repair and refuel. What's your problem? Output full. Output of... Oh. Why are we not processing all of that very fast? Is this pipe not big enough? You're producing 48. Oh, I bet you it isn't. I didn't realize that was 48. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It's 120, 168. Well, that should be fast enough. It's a Mark II pipe. But that's the holdup. Why? The why could be this. So maybe I should do... Oh, you know what the why is? The why is this, I bet. Create that. And unity it. Get it done. Maybe? No, this is just isn't moving. Alright, let's upgrade this whole pipe segment. All the way down. Or pipeline all the way down. The Mark III pipe. I think it's that rated speed thing. But I don't know for sure. Stupid silicon. Guess that should have been maybe the first one. Rather than the last one, too. That might have helped. Ship is repaired. Sand needs some help. Oof. Here. Vegetables are still on an imbalance a little bit. Yeah. Let's take this one down. We can't take it down anymore. I'd have to actually drop. Do that, I guess. Drop this down to an irrigated farm. Go back out and do some more boom booms. Let's see. Here, 610, go. How's it going over here, by the way? We need to do that excavation. How close are you here to this corner? Still digging away. All right. It's fine. Yeah, sulfur. Of all things, sulfur. What else are we using sulfur for at the moment? That's being directly fed. Definitely not going to turn into slag. Tofu. So it's basically being used right now. Any excess is being used for tofu and fertilizer too. Now, the big question slash problem. So I want to check on this sugar here. Take that down another step. The big question slash problem is that we aren't using as much hydrogen, which means we aren't processing oil as much as we had been, which means that we aren't producing as much sulfur here either. I saw it. There we go. Pew the pews. Got him. More electronics. Good. Please do. Don't mind if I do. What do we have here? 990? 990. Alright, can we go to this one? Oh, yes. Do it. And these are both 990s beyond there, so we can't do anything about that. Alright. The only thing I know how to do to fix, to start using more hydrogen again is to use less nuclear power. Which we could potentially do. This produces 60. I like watching the battles. Even though there's nothing to watch, I still like watching them. You're on your way back? Good. And these are completely useless. We can do these two here. And these two here. And that'll be it. Unless we reveal any more in the process. Truck is struggling. We must be looking for this one? Probably. No. Where do you think you're going? Okay. Probably this one. It was at 40% fuel, so maybe not. Go ahead and take you now. You get down out of there. Yeah, okay, good. And then we'll take out 3 of them. And you get this. Come over, not there, but over here. I need to move these also. And then we need to do this all the way to the end. Once I get this flattened, we'll split here and go this way. Also. Yeah, This guy has not moved since we've been mining this copper out of here. Okay, so what's next? Copper's looking a lot better now. Hopefully polysilicon is going to be fine. How is this doing as far as emptying out? Now you're waiting for sand. Afraid of that. Yeah, you're just not getting enough input. Let's do this. Is that actually the problem? You need help. Making that much silica poly is problematic, I guess. Am I not dumping dirt anywhere anymore? Yeah, we don't have much. Or am I dumping it somewhere? I don't know where I would be dumping it if I were. I'm going to assume that I'm not. I'm going to go ahead and do this. So, let's see. I might need to give you some help there. Ship got repaired. Back out here. Got an oil rig. Tree harvester still complaining. I suppose I could probably get by with going out one more block here. Because with almost no exception, it's this that I would be worried about, that it would hit this and it would start complaining, and I don't want it to complain. So I'm not going to do it, but I could almost do it. Okay, so with that back down there, we're going to produce a lot less vegetables here. We might end up having to do, though, is actually make 2 potatoes and 1 vegetable at both, just to get more potatoes out of the deal. Good. And then go do this one. And do we have a little bit of electronics in here? Ooh, that's built up too. Might be able to stabilize soon. What is your problem now? Sand. Huh. And now the problem with sand is not enough sand being mined. Alright. I might need to make another excavator. Might not be a bad idea. Alright, so we've uncovered a few things here. Mostly just, that's the end of the road for that, by the way. Mostly just an oil rig, though. Another one there, lots of oil rigs. We can't do this. We got these here to go. No, we can't do those. These here to go. These here. Which leads us to a rock mine. Oh, we totally need that. Uh-huh. thing. Avalanche. Doesn't really appear to be depleting that much. Although we are bringing in a bunch from our explorations. Right. That's probably why this is able to keep up even with this problem. Okay, yeah, let's make another excavator. Probably a few more haul trucks as well. And I'm going to add another excavator in here to sand. We should have, by the way, here on the world map someplace, a sand mine. Quartz mine. I think we can make sand out of quartz, right? Or something. Pretty sure there's a sand mine around here someplace. It'll be blue because we haven't unlocked it yet. Maybe not. Or it'll be red because we haven't. Crush quartz into sand, yes. Yeah, I don't know if we can do it yet or not, though. Is that here? Yeah. Yep, we can. Crush quartz and then crush quartz into sand. And it is the same sand. It's the yellow sand. Okay, so that's how we get sand now, is from quartz. We do have some quartz around on our islands here, too. That whole island, for example, is quartz. There's a bunch right there, too, that we're kind of getting close-ish to. There's a craft ton over there. We just need to get to another beach, too, pretty soon. Actually, we have a beach we can use. Alright, well, that's all the quartz we've got. Yep. Those couple spots. Yeah, me neither. That's why I checked, but that makes sense. Because manufactured sand is the is from rock. It's really more like grit, I guess, or I don't know, something. Just a moment. Let me deal with this. Okay. Ship repaired, right? No, it needs stuff. Steel? Uh-oh. Yeah, we might, need to turn this thing on before too long. Need a lot of parts, though. I don't know if I have the parts for this yet or not. Guess we could do one column, though. Yeah, let's just do that for right now. Let's do basically half of it. P. U. That. One column at a time kind of thing. Why are more trucks not registered? Bringing over iron scrap. That's almost all allocated for. Okay. So we did make that excavator, by the way. And some of those trucks anyway. Let's go ahead and put you in here. Excavator, a couple of trucks. And let's embiggen the dig here a little bit. And I want to have one of you focus on sand. Well, that's not helping much. Wait a minute. That would help. I'm gonna do that one too, even though we're not doing it. Just in case. So let's spend a little bit of time to figure out a better organic fertilizer recipe. I could allow chemical fertilizer to be made without the organic. It doesn't make as much, but we could allow it. That would help matters, I think. Although, to be honest, the problem isn't that right now. The problem with that right now is still sulfur. Getting to fertilizer 2, that is. So, I think we're okay here-ish. But we can still look at this and make sure there's not something better we can do. This has to be made from compost and possibly dirt. I'd prefer to use the dirt recipe completely, but I see that I'm out of dirt. So I guess I should also allow that secondary recipe there too. Uses a lot more compost though. But if we don't have the dirt, then we don't have the dirt. We just don't have the dirt right now. Let's allow it. And then compost. I want to use these 3 whenever possible. Meat trimmings. We shouldn't. Meat trimmings we shouldn't need. Actually, leveling anywhere right now to get dirt, just the mountains. So it's only a small amount. There's not a whole lot of that obnoxious. I mean, there's the edges of the mountains like this. There's a lot of dirt, but there's not a whole lot of the obnoxious hill dirt kind of stuff left. This is all pretty flat. This is all pretty flat. This down here is all pretty flat. That's all rock. This all over here is pretty flat. So it's really just kind of that starting area adjacent stuff. It's really that obnoxious hilly stuff. Oh, there's some over here too. But we have a long way to go before we get there. A little bit here too. There's not a whole lot of that obnoxious hills though. So no dirt then? Yeah, very little. They haven't dumped any here in the time we placed it because they're not going to dump it there until that bucket is full. But anyway, back to compost. I would like to take the animal feed recipe here, I think, because we can also use the biomass instead of burning the biomass. Maybe I should do that. I should be doing that. I should take this one out and only burn the biomass for the one. Yeah, let's do that and work on this a little bit. So you... Wait. Yeah, mixer. Mixer, hardly knew her. This is a mixer, right? Yes. And then you. Hey, Antechus, welcome in. This is the Dragon Tail. I want to use these, I think, in the other order. So we have, this is the extent of our factory so far. Not huge, but big enough, I guess. Are there any bigger maps in this one? No, I don't think so. I think this is, well, there's probably some fan-made maps that are bigger than this one. But no, not official ones. So we want to do that. Which we can take in both of those things. Now what I want to check is if I make the compost out of, let's just say, potatoes. I get 1 compost for every 14 potatoes because I'm making a bunch of this fuel gas that I don't need. The other part, or the other thing that I could do is turn the potatoes into animal feed, which would give us 120 to 96. See, this is what I want to do here. Animal feed. And then that becomes 12. So really that's about a quarter of this, so 30 potatoes becomes 12 compost. That's a much better plan than this plan is here. So I'm going to actually delete this. So that we do not bring potatoes in here anymore. What I think I should do is actually just take the animal feed from here and just pipe it over here into this new build we're going to do. When I say pipe, I mean actually not, but this is the only use for sludge, right? We can burn it and we can turn it into compost and fuel gas. Yeah, so that's fine. What were we using the fuel gas for that we built these things? No, I don't remember. Oh yeah, chemical fuel. Totally needed those giant buckets of it for that. Yeah, we could do this. Make animal feed however we want to, basically. Whatever order we want to do it. And then take the animal feed into here, along with biomass. And feed that in to this setup. Take you out. I still want this to be priority here. Because I always want this sludge to be used first. Because why burn it if we can turn it into something useful? If we get dirt, I want to use dirt, but we did get some dirt at least. So we are getting a little bit of dirt there, Graspian. See this, I don't remember what I had here, but I don't want that there. But I think all I want to do is take a rock dump control tower. Need some loving. Put this in here someplace. Why don't I just flip it? Almost. Almost. Rock dump. That's you, which is over here. Which I need to... Wait, didn't I tell you to go all the way to the end? Oh, that's not your area. Right. Okay, so you... There. You do this one. That. You can scoop again. Oh, shoot. I don't think that's going to actually be necessary, but I'm putting it there anyway. Go there, you go there. Just in case I come up with a third reason here. And then you need... Actually, maybe that's not what I want to do. You need 2 input buckets. One for biomass. And one for maybe 4. Did I buffer that? Maybe I shouldn't buffer that. But even so, I want to move this up by 1 more. That. Do I want the belt here? I don't know. Maybe. How much? 12. Already out there. There. And then we can do this belt here, which actually only needs to be a Mark 1 belt because it's only going to take 12. Although we might want another one of these if it becomes a problem later. We'll see. This, I actually want to request biomass here. And let's do a ramp here as well. That barely fits. Control U, these. Make this so. Wheat, corn, potatoes. Yep. Wheat's apparently still a problem. Not a damn thing I can do about that. Unless I grow it someplace else. Actually, potatoes are looking pretty good here, too. Knock you down 1 tick. But now that we're not using potatoes to foolishly make this stuff, that makes some sense. Let me do an upgrade here, too, because we might as well do a bigger bucket for that. What do we have for you over here? You're going into that size? Yeah, that's fine. Some point, I should probably desalinate some water specifically for the town rather than bringing it in like this. Seems like a less obnoxious thing to do. Basically just another one of these. Feed it into the town. You are making 120, so we are actually bringing it in now. Yeah. 109 wastewater out. We're getting close, town size-wise, to needing more than 1 wastewater treatment plant. Oh, you're done finally. Oh. Okay. Let's keep going. Yes, yes, yes. I know, game. Thank you. Here. And there. How are you all doing? You're doing well. Sand is backed up. Okay, well, I guess that wasn't really the problem. Need a little bit of help, but maybe not that much help. Oh, space station. Good reminder. Yeah. Not yet, but soon. How does electronics look? Still silica? And that's because of silicon wafers, I suspect. No, you're waiting for graphite. We're not making enough graphite now. No, we are not. Plastic is fine, though. You need more chlorine because you need more brine. Is there anything we can do with sour water? Turn it into sulfur? I guess I should be doing that here, but that tiny amount didn't make me want to do it, but maybe I should be feeding it back into this instead. Let's see. Let's not go all the way to the top. Go down by 1. There, you can stretch across there. That's good to see. And let's go... Actually... Go that height. Go to there. Go to here. And then go to here. Drop down to there. And plug you into that. Make it so. And I don't need this and that anymore. Doesn't really help the thing that I was trying to accomplish, though, but we can rectify that by putting one of these in places where we're already just dumping all of the saline anyway, like over here. The brine, rather. But of course, we don't have... We're not processing... sour water there anymore. But we could do some here, actually. Wait a minute, I'm already doing extra brine here to keep this going. I'm already doing this. You're making 42, you need 18. If I upgraded this to a chemical plant 2, it would use 24 to make 24. And if I upgraded this, it would go up to 48. And we use 72, and we're making 42 plus something here. But we're also using some of that for plastic. Well, let's do that anyway. Improve this and that. We'll only use 24 of that 48, but that's okay. And since this isn't running constantly, we can feed a bit of sour water from here into there without causing problems. I think. I don't know how you just did that. Did you see that? It just went right through there. Alright, now this also needs to be upgraded. So should this be upgraded? But the most this could possibly produce is 42 and 42. And it's not because we're not making that much water here. And only making water here when we actually need to do some serious boiling, basically. Alright, some reds coming out of that. That'll be good. So that should double our graphite production there. I don't know that's enough, but we can always make another copy of it over here. Similar to what we have over here. And I should be able to just take, more or less, this with that ammonia there, if we didn't have this sand mine in the way, and put it right in there. I'm gonna have to fiddle with it again. Let's see. Yeah, we'll have to fiddle with that a bit, but that's okay. We can do that later. And then also, this is in the wrong spot. You making some research papers? Has hit a wall in Eco. The lab needs attention. Oh no! And it's the Sarlacc's lab, or is it Hollis's lab? Sarlacc's back tomorrow, sometime. Hollis is around, but probably asleep. Hey, Sarlacc's. Probably ran out of something. Power or needs repaired, maybe? Papers Derpumu, he's back tomorrow, I believe, as well. Actually, he'll probably be back on in a few hours. So that'll be fine. You're done over here? Oh, you're done over here. Okay. In that case, you and you can go away and come back over here and get back to work. I kind of regret making that second excavator for sand. Did I take away? No, I think I'm going to take away one of the ones from coal, though, at some point, because we are not using that much coal. We're just not. Power gen needs repairs? That'll do it, yeah. He's back tomorrow, though, Sarlacc is, so I think he'll be alright after that. How's this going? Relative to copper, we have a lot of copper still there to get out. That's okay. We'll use it eventually. But I think we're gonna wrap up here for now. You're making steel there. Are we backing up on steel? We are backing up on steel. I think we're gonna leave this here for now, and we'll come back. What's today? Saturday. We'll come back on Tuesday and keep working. We're gonna need to hopefully get research going again. We can also we can do these upgrades too. Start with these upgrades here to the higher tier microchip machines. They're gonna cost more purples, but that's fine. Whisker tax has gone down. Oh yeah. And we'll see maybe what this does. God, that is so painful. Why? Graphite. Alright, we may have to build that other graphite maker too then. But we'll figure that out next time too. Patch? Oh, good. Yeah, it was getting a little bit expensive, although I got to the point where it didn't really matter much anymore. So we'll leave this here though for now, and we'll come back next time and do some more captaining, do some more industry, do some more something. Let's push this button though. There we go. All right, so raid target tonight. We're gonna raid. Let's raid the city rat, playing the last caretaker. Oh yeah, This game looked interesting. I almost played it during the last Next Fest, and you know, we'll maybe we will visit it anyway. It kind of reminded me a little bit of that how many days it was on Mars that I played, but this will be interesting to check out and see kind of what it's all about. So stick around for that raid so you can be counted. We will let's see here, press this button there. Okay, there we go. If you aren't already on my YouTube, then make sure, following my YouTube, make sure you go over there, check it out, and check out all the content that is new there. As Grasping kind of just mentioned, we have Whiskerwood that we're playing right now on YouTube, so we can definitely do all that. And Techus, thank you again, or thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. And also, Kiloom, also thank you again for the follow. If you also would like to, come and join us on Discord. We hang out there, share memes, talk about games and technology, and we also have a game night on Friday nights during what would be the normal stream time. We play games that are cheap or free. They're easy to jump into, things you don't have to be there week to week on. Like they're not a story game or a plot game or even like a consecutive week to week game. Simple things like Goose Goose Duck or Jackbox, golf with your friends, stuff that you can just kind of drop in when you're able to, and you don't have to worry about it if you're not. And then from there, we will, or on Fridays rather, we do a vote in the afternoon so that you can vote which game you'd like to play, and then we come back in the evening and play it. And then otherwise, we will be back again tomorrow night for Sunday Shenanigans with Jeff, hopefully Lana, IT, and see what we're going to play. I don't know if it'll be another peak day. I don't know if we'll take a look at that RV there yet. I don't know if we will do Unrailed or something like that. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do. And then next week, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, for more Captain of Industry. Jonathan, if Wally doesn't forget, I forget all the things. All right, so thank you all for coming. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for chatting and redeeming. And we will see you all again next time. Bye for now.